All right.
Hello, everybody. This is Eleni and Marcus, and
Howdy.
we're starting the new year, 2023, with a new series
Mhm.
that is really, really exciting. Many of you may not know that. Many of you may not know that Marcus has a special gift. He has been channeling a higher dimensional being called Ameed for 25 years. Is that right,
Yeah.
Marcus?
Yep. At least.
25 years, and a lot of this is kept private. But since COVID has broken out, he has been bringing Ameed into his groups. And we also had one session when the year ended on
We did.
YouTube
We
where we
did.
channeled Ameed. But I thought, and Marcus thought it was a great idea too, that I ask Ameed a question, and Marcus doesn't even know what that question is. That I asked Ameed a question, and he basically answers this question. So every single week we're going to have a question, which is really good wisdom and practical advice that we can actually use in where we are at the moment in 2023. But before we do that, Marcus, just briefly tell us about how not the story, because you've already talked about the story in the last episode about how you connected in with Ameed, but in terms of how did you arrive at the name Ameed?
Well, obviously, I didn't arrive at the name. It was given to me. One of the things that I was taught through a mentor about doing this sort of work is to really get clear about who it is that is speaking through you, their name, where they're from, what they're here to do, what their purpose is, and just become familiar with what it's about rather than just trust it, rather than just, think that it's benevolent and wonderful and all that
So
sort of
just
stuff.
to
But
clarify, because I wanted to just clarify what you've just said,
yeah, yeah,
you're speaking about a higher dimensional being, i.e., a spirit that's not in the physical realm. And that's why you're saying be careful who you speak to. Don't just bring anybody in, because who knows who's going to come in.
yeah. Well, we're talking about interdimensional beings. That's what we're talking about. That
Yeah.
that exist on a physical plane in a higher dimension. So they don't exist like we exist. It's hard explaining some of this to a 3D, 4D conscious brain and us on the earth, us mere mortals, just because they work at an interdimensional level, which allows them to communicate across vast distances. It allows them to travel across vast distances. And these are technologies and stuff that we're just starting to explore as humans. So they're interdimensional beings. Their core focus is consciousness, and the core technology they use is consciousness. And they're coming now in particular, and they've been here for a long time. There's a number of people who channel. There's quite some famous people who channel, as people might know. And so, they've been here for a long time, but their whole purpose is to help us to embrace the level of consciousness, to help us to evolve, to help us to grow faster, quicker, for us to sort of enter into those higher dimensional realms.
Yeah. And so when you go into the space of channeling,
Yeah, yeah.
you basically, what does that feel like?
What does it feel like? Uh, there's a lot of acceptance and sort of letting go that happens, because it's a process where it's an allowing of something else to sort of take over you, basically. And therefore, it's almost, well, what's the feeling like? The feeling is like I just disappear for a bit. So it's a bit like, oh God, what's it like? It's like going into a daydream,
Hmm.
but you don't, so, but you don't know what's sort of going on. So it's a bit like hypnosis in a way. It's a bit like having a hypnotherapy session in a way, where you just sort of disappear. And
Yeah.
then, because often when I come out of it, I only remember little bits. So I couldn't transcribe what was said. But every now there are, depending on the energetic quality of a word or something, there might be a word or a concept that Ameed talks about that I'll remember, because it's a higher energetic concept. But there'll be lots that I don't remember. So I couldn't transcribe what's being said. And I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you what's being said.
Yeah. And
So
at the end of it, usually when you finish up, you look quite emotional. And I'm guessing
Yeah.
from my experience of being in another realm, it's that feeling of love that's
Yeah.
really overpowering. And it's
Yeah.
like nothing like it on earth, in that
No.
they're holding this frequency that is so, like you said, accepting and so loving and so
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
judgmental. And like
Yeah.
this, they're just holding you, and you're in that frequency, which is just so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's this wash. It's almost like this water washes over you of love, like you've experienced in some of the work you've done.
Mm,
You just, yeah. And I just don't think we understand the level of that.
yeah.
We're so full of judgments. We're so
Oh,
full of assessment. Like every thought that runs through our head, we assess and we analyze and we try to give it a good, bad, positive, negative, feel good, feel bad, whatever label to it,
yeah. Yeah.
rather than just allow it to be, and then the most beautiful thing appears, the most beautiful energy washes over you.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful message that, really, when you guys listen to this message that is going to come through today, maybe even just stop what you're doing and close your eyes and feel the
Yeah,
frequency of it, because there is a frequency to it. So
yeah,
apart from the words, there's an actual energy that you can actually take on, which will
definitely,
help you
definitely.
with your week, with your month. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
all right.
It's
So
beautiful.
let's
It is
get
beautiful.
started. Guys, if this is something that is going to interest you, please subscribe to this channel. And we're going to be doing this every single week. So are
Mm,
we ready? So Marcus, like I said, he doesn't know the question. I haven't said it to him. He actually prefers not to, because he doesn't
I don't
want,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
doesn't
want
want,
my mental brain to come in and try and
yeah,
answer,
yeah,
because then it's not real. I don't
yeah.
like that. So, mm, so let's just tap in and feel in. Often when we start talking about this, I can feel it, her presence more. I just feel it in my heart, and it washes over you. It's so beautiful. Mm.
Mm.
Ah, it is with much joy and love that we are here present with you today. And it is with much gratitude that we come here to share and help awaken that deeper understanding, the deeper feelings that you connect into. Much joy, much love we have for this, the dimension of reality and the experience that you have chosen to share, to play out in this realm. And we much understand the complexities that you experience being trapped in the mental aspect of reality.
Mm.
And we come to assist and welcome you into the universal family and have you release, let go, and receive all of the energy, all of the resonant frequency that you are here to receive and in turn to express.
Mm. Thank you so much for coming here today. I'm so grateful that we have this opportunity to really find out more about what's available to us and what we would benefit from. So, first of all, because this is our first episode for the year, I would really like to ask you, Ameed, and I know, Ameed, you say we because you are more than one being, you are a number of beings together, but where do you reside, so that our human mind can understand what dimension do you reside in?
Mm. this question that you ask is one that many minds are trying to understand. And the consciousness that you attempt to understand this with is a linear time frame consciousness. That means you are looking for a level of dimensional awareness from which we transcend through the interdimensional time and space matrix, when in actual fact, this is a circular representation of dimensions, where all dimensions exist in the same interdimensional time and space. For us, we are living in a different timeline, a different time continuum to that which you are experiencing in this moment. We are deeply connected to the resonant energetics of a universe teeming with life. And for helping you to understand the differences between these frequencies, you might be understanding that we exist in a 12-dimensional time-space continuum. This is not linear as it might sound, and that one dimension of reality is better than another dimension of reality. We are just more connected into the resonance, the connected into the universal field, and have more conscious awareness and connection to this field. You also have the opportunity to connect in at this level. And for some of you, using various techniques and medicines help you to connect into these levels, these various dimensional realities. From an evolutionary point of view, in this moment, you are stepping through the dimensions, the consciousness levels of dimensions. And if there was a linear construct to this, it would be that as you evolve, as you collectively grow in awareness and understanding, you expand your energetic resonant field to connect into the next frequency of awareness. These are like your radio frequencies, in that all dimensions exist in the same time and space. They are just tuned into different resonant fields. These resonant fields all exist inside, through, with you, and you can access these. However, to be able to achieve this, you need to focus on your consciousness, being able to manage, control, contain the thoughts and emotions and intuition that you experience. When you learn to contain, when you learn to master these experiences, then will you continue to grow, rise in conscious awareness, and move into other dimensional realities. And this is, again, not a movement into, but rather an opening up of dimensional realities that already exist in your time and space. We reside in a more awareness space, a greater consciousness of awareness space, where we have spent many millennia working on conscious awareness, working on raising our resonant frequency to tune into the greater fields that exist in our collective universe. Part of this journey is because of when we came into existence in this universe. And as we were one of the first, one of the early adopters in this universe. We have had many millions of years to evolve to be able to connect in at this interdimensional, transdimensional level. Now, in this moment, we have come here to support, mentor, and assist you in your evolutionary process to step powerfully into this greater consciousness, this greater awareness of the energetic fields, the resonant fields that exist all in the same time and space.
You talk about stepping into this greater level of awareness by mastering the human experience. This is what you said. So in this year, where we are at this moment, what would be, the most important thing that as a collective that we can do to master their experience and step into this higher level of consciousness that's waiting for us all?
The energy of this, your new year of existence, is one of transcending past teachings that have existed here for thousands of your years, taught by the great masters that manifested before you. Their core focus has always been for you to be of the mindfulness of awareness. And as we step into this next level of reality, it is not just the awareness that you need to have, but also the processing of information, of resonant fields that come into your body, into your consciousness, and be able to manage and control how they are processed in and through you. The mastery of this, which is the next level of learning, consciousness awareness for you and you as a collective, is to be able to manage the stimulus, the information that is coming into the physical body of your existence, to then be able to hold the resonant frequency of who you truly are. There is a journey that many of you are on, which is the journey to become the fullness of you, the fullness of you in this earthy physical form as a human being, to remember who you truly are and what you are here to truly do. This process is a process of allowing the flow of energy, through words and imagery, through whatever you choose to consume within the physical existence and experience, to then process this information, this stimulus, at the highest energetic level possible. All of this sets your resonant field. This resonant field is a reflection of the remembering of who you truly are, knowing that you are inhabiting this experience as a transient part of your universal experience as a soul being. This is just one stop on a bus ride through the universe to experience life, to experience the greater consciousness of the universe. For you are the reflection of that consciousness. This is an alive universe, a universe teeming with a life and resonant experiences. This is but one stop along the journey of soul existence. And so in this bus stop, you have been gifted the getting awareness of who you are. Your journey in this experience is to remember that, and also to remember the role you have chosen to play in this moment, in this time. This 20 of the 23 years an important year of existence, where two energies play out and decide which you choose to step forward with. And there is much happening in the background. There is so much going on energetically that we ask you to clear all of the things that matter not, all of the stimulus, all of the information coming into your being, and begin to connect into what is truly important. That is to remember who you are and what purpose you chose to materialize here on this dimensional plane, and the role you are here to play. There is much work, much events for you to participate in, to support in the solidifying of the holographic universal matrix, rather than the artificial phantom matrix that is trying to be created in this moment. This has been a creation that has been coming for a long time. But now you are at the pinnacle point of choosing which matrix continues to exist. This year will help to clarify the choosing that will be anchored down here in this reality. When you remember the journey, the truth of your beingness, then will you activate, anchor into the dimensional earth plane in this time space, the most beautiful, amazing matrix of reality.
You keep talking about, the most important thing is to remember who we are and what we're here to do. That question, the second part, what we're here to do, many of us are blessed to know this, but most of us, I don't know, but I feel that this is a question that people are always asking, what am I here to do? What would be, how can they find out what they're here to do?
This is a energy we feel is most prevalent amongst the collective. And it is a forgetting of that purpose. For each and everyone is connected in and does know. But the fear space, the worry space, the concern space, the space of being influenced by external voices and faces hinders the stepping into and embracing of the remembering of the truth of who you are and what you are here to express. The expression, the truth, the gift, the magic, the purpose for your being here in this moment is coded within you. It was coded with you before you came. It is something that has been with you for eternity. And now in this space, it is about the remembering of who you are and what you are here to do. And when you remove, separate the smallness of having to live and exist, and you step into the bigness of who you are here to be, then will you start to remember the journey. And it is does not mean you have to be anything, just other than being you. You can continue with the smallness of existence, the feeding and consuming and making sure that you are safe. The physical form is safe, but at the same time, it is about expressing the truth of why you came now in this moment. And each and every one existing now has been chosen. It was a gift. It was a ceremonial embracing of what was to unfold. So all that exists in this moment have a special place, a special magic to share. And what you are experiencing in this moment is those who are choosing not to participate, leaving to journey on to the next bus stop or to support you on the energetic side of existence. But for you here now, it is a process of remembering, of dropping into the deeper aspect of who you are, and remember what you came here to do. If nothing else, is to speak the universal truth, to share the truth of existence. This is an embedding, an encoding deep within your beingness that you all share. The best way to find it or experience it is to connect together, is to come together in ceremony and to feel into the collective energy of the group. For ultimately, you all have a similar purpose, just expressed in a different resonant field. And collectively, you can help each other to remember exactly what this is.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm going to just one small final question, which is, how can Marcus and I actually make the greatest impact with sharing the wisdom that's coming from you, Ameed?
This has been a calling for both of you and for others. We would request that you come together and bring those that look towards you for assistance and remembering, and bring together these collective individuals and run the ceremony of remembering, remembering who you are and the honoring of that within each individual through the collective resonant experience. In this moment, in this time, the energy wants you to separate. We are inviting you to move past through this energy and come together to help you to individually and collectively remember your role in a universe teeming with life. You imagine that you are just you, existing, trying to survive in a stressful or might seem stressful environment. When you collectively come together, you are much easier to release that stressful environment that individual need to survive and to fall back into each other's arms and be supported, nurtured, and know that it is not a solo journey. This is a collective experience, and your role is to share in this. As people look towards you, invite them into this ceremony of remembering. There we can come and be there in the presence of the energy, and to assist you to spiral, build, grow, expand the energetic quality, the resonant field, so that you can continue the evolutionary pathway that was started, seeded many, many years ago. Now is the time. It is critical that you come together and create this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for today. Thank you so much for coming forward. Thank you so much for the wisdom. I'm very excited about this ceremony of remembrance that you talk about, and I'm sure that in some other parallel dimension it's already happened. So
we are much blessed to be in this presence and given the opportunity to share with you. There is much support, much energy happening on many dimensions to assist in the continued evolution of this star system. And we are much excited about being present with you in this moment. There is much joy, love, and gratitude for these interactions that we are having.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Marcus,
Oh.
thank you so much for bringing that.
How was that?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Oh.
It was lovely. I didn't get to ask my question, but I just went with the flow in terms of it, and it was perfect. So that's how I think it needs to run. It's just going with the flow with what needs to be said. And how are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Good.
Do you have any recollection of what was said at all?
The thing I think I got was something about remembrance was a word that I got, and it's just vague. Do you know what I mean? You know when you dream, wake up from the dream, you go, I can remember bits.
Yes.
But then trying to put it together is like,
yeah,
because you get sort of bits of this and bits of that, and none of it sort of is 100% clear. That's probably the best way to describe it, actually, now that I've come out of it, is it's like a dream.
It's like a
and
dream.
You remember bits, and straight after I'll remember bits, but in an hour or two, I won't have any recollection of any of it.
So I'll do the
cool.
main points underneath this YouTube video. So this is something we're going to do every week, and maybe, we'll come to a point where we get questions from people and answer.
That would be great.
Answer questions. But I really feel that every episode needs to be one question, and from that question, because there's always an answer that I want to ask another question from the answer. So rather than hit a different topic, it's just really good to follow the thread, which is what I did today, which is just follow the thread of remembering who we are and why we're here. And I love what Ameed said, is that we're all here for the same reason with different expressions.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the messages I've been getting over the last little bit is very much that. One of the things that we've forgotten is just the bigger role we're playing and the biggerness that's out there that we're a part of. We get so caught in the littleness of who we are and the day-to-day survival stuff which is sort of a bit of a diversion, that we forget about that biggerness that we're all a part of. And this part of our consciousness shift into what they've said to me, and I now talk about a lot, is cosmic consciousness, which is that bigger collective consciousness that we need to step into.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can't do it alone. We've got to do way more together, more collective, more co-creative, more of that.
Well, it's the only way to do it, is more of
It's
that.
the only way. And you and I have come together in this for some crazy reason, you know, and it's not by chance that.
No, I don't know if you heard what Ameed said at the very end, but Ameed said it's time for you to, just interesting the terminology, to fall back into each other's arms.
Right. Interesting.
And that was, just you haven't listened to it at the end.
Okay.
That's the terminology that was used. They said that, you know, the energy is at the moment that separation energy, but you need to get through that and know that it's not an alone thing, and it's time to fall back into each other's arms, and then whoever seeks assistance, to bring them in and to bring them into this ceremony of remembrance. Because when we came into the body, there was a ceremony. We were all chosen to come into. We're all here, all of us.
I believe that.
Just Marcus and I, all of us are here. Yeah. And there was a ceremony to come here. And now it's time to have that ceremony again. The ceremony of remembrance is the...
It's kind of interesting that if we look back at the ancients, you know, ancient Egypt and the Mayans and Aztecs and all of the sort of ancient civilizations that we almost look at now and go, wow, they were so much more advanced than us, or they must have been. To do whatever they did, they must have either had off-world help or had more intelligent or something, right? And it's a consciousness thing. It's not more intelligent per se. It's not what it's a conscious thing. A lot of what they did was ceremony. You know, the work you've done, it was never done without ceremony. You have to have ceremony. It's dangerous without it. Right?
I would never have done it without ceremony. I don't know what would have happened without ceremony. I wouldn't have done it. I couldn't have let go. I couldn't have had trust. I couldn't have let in.
You wouldn't safe. You wouldn't have felt safe. All of that stuff. So we have to. I think we have to come back to that. You know, we have to remember that and come back to that. Interesting. That's what we need to do, I think.
Absolutely. Yay. So thank you so much, Marcus, for bringing Ameed in. I just know that this is the series that we need to run, is this practical wisdom with Ameed. So we're going to be running it every week. We're going to ask a question and see where it takes us. We might get to a point where we're answering people's questions. So have a listen again, subscribe to this channel, and let's do the work that we're here to do, because we're all here together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's
Thank
do
you
that.
so much.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Ciao. Bye.